I'm not out of the airport yet, but I did just get word that the judge did sign on the dotted line. So the order is official. Defamation was thrown out. She recognized me and agreed with the jury that I am media. So I'm gonna need all y'all to correct them different things that y'all done put online, okay? Love you.
Oh man, so it's been 1 day since the jury has found Milagro Gramz liable in the Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit, alright? But things have processed and things have played out. The defamation claim has been dropped because she has officially been deemed media, alright? So we're gonna walk back to this point right here with Milagro popping her shit. But Milagro and her team foresaw the situation coming based on the jury's decision to say that she's a media member. Although the final decision had to come from the judge. Now, while Milagro's team was celebrating that point, Meg was saying things like this right here. Thank you, here they go, lying again as usual. If you want real media news, know how to be patient and know how to read. So Milagro's lawyer was making statements like this right here.
Have to pay based on what the ruling today.
Right, so if the math is correct, if our memory is correct, it's $75,000 across all claims. But you do take off the money that was generated by the jury's verdict on the defamation count. Right, so they found $15,000 in compensatory damages for defamation, but also $1,000 in punitive damages for the defamation claim. So you would subtract what, $16,000 from $75,000. If my math is correct, that's like $59,000 in damages across the board, punitive and compensatory. And so because the jurors found that Milagro Cooper was a media defendant, that means that the plaintiffs in this case had to send Milagro Cooper a cease and desist letter before they sued her. Because they did not send a cease and desist letter, that defamation claim was pretty much dead in the water when it was filed.
And why would they have to send a cease and desist letter?
Because media defendants are provided an extra layer of protection, right, and allows them to do their jobs, properly without having the fear of being sued for every little thing that they say. So if there is some discrepancy, if there is a statement that someone thinks is defamatory and it comes from a media defendant, the law gives them opportunity to send a cease and desist letter, to take down the statement, or to talk about it beforehand, before there's any sort of lawsuit. And that just didn't happen in this case.
And that call for Megan Thee Stallion to say that they lying. Trolling on Instagram, making this post right here on a story saying, not y'all still get on the internet lying after losing. After Milagro's team put out a statement, Meg team right here put out this statement saying today the jury that presided over Megan Thee Stallion's lawsuit against Milagro Gramz in the Southern District of Florida found defendant Milagro liable for 3 counts: defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and promotion of an altered sexual depiction for spreading false and harmful misinformation on social media. The jury found that Milagro deliberately harmed Megan with her malicious conduct on social media, resulting in the jury awarding Megan with $75,000. Additionally, under Florida law, Milagro's liability for reposting a deepfake pornographic video will also require her to reimburse Megan for legal fees. If that's true, that could be a lot of money. We're gonna see though. Contrary to public statements issued by Milagro's attorneys, the court has not issued a final judgment regarding the defamation counts. The judge will make a final ruling and determine the entire financial amount that Milagro will be required to pay Megan, inclusive of legal bills and the defamation count at a later date. Megan's legal team has also submitted a formal letter to Milagro's team counsel highlighting their blatant misrepresentation of the jury's verdict, noting they are continuing to post defamatory content and requesting they retract the comments immediately. The later date was today, and the judge has made a decision as far as at least the defamation says. So $16,000 will be knocked off of the amount that's owed for the damages. But I guess the legal fees, that situation will be at a later date. That right there, I haven't heard any judgment on that. So Milagro posted the paperwork right here and also made this video.
I'm not out of the airport yet, but I did just get word that the judge did sign on the dotted line. So the order is official. Defamation was thrown out. She recognized me and agreed with the jury that I am media. So I'm gonna need all y'all to correct them different things that y'all done put online, okay? Love you.
And now the paperwork right here has the judge's signature. An official judgment is in the sum of jury's verdict supports entry of judgment for plaintiff on her claims of intentional infliction of emotional distress and promotion of an altered sexual depiction. Plaintiff is entitled to $59,000 in damages. Now it says this right here, this is important, saying requests for costs and fees shall not be submitted until after any post-trial motions are decided or an appeal is concluded, whichever occurs later. So that's what you need to know as far as whether or not Milagro had to pay Megan's lawyer fees. Now, Milagro has been on the press run right here. She had a couple jokes about saying that, you know, she could be a bully, but if she wants to be a bully, she has to do it in a song. So she working on a mixtape, alluding to Megan was able to do the same thing that she was doing, but she did it over beat, so it was all cool. Peep this real quick.
The only thing that I wanted to say to you guys was thank you. I am filled with so much gratitude because so many of you guys have supported me in real life. You know, y'all are real people. Y'all done came up to the courthouse and been able to hug on me and love on me. Y'all have sent me so many encouraging words, not just today, but today included. And I'm so thankful to you. I feel so grateful. Like, I can't even put into words how ecstatic I am and how grateful I am to have people like you in my corner. Y'all are everything. Honestly, that was it. I just want to tell y'all thank you. Because y'all so real, you know, and the mob reigns supreme, and new media is something that a lot of people did not understand, but certain things have to happen so that things can be solidified. And I think that one of the biggest things in this whole situation is the fact that a jury was left to decide if, you know, the spaces that we operate in deserve a certain type of respect. And they decided that we do. And I think that's a big deal. So I'm so happy about that. And yeah, I'm just really, really grateful, you know. But what else do I want to say? I don't want to say too much, obviously. But I think that I'm very content with the people that with me, because I know we see each other. So what's understood don't have to be explained. So I don't feel the need to get up and do the rah-rah whoop-de-doo. You understand? So I'm happy. I'm happy. And I'm grateful. They said the people's princess. You're from the hood. Right. So I'm gonna start working on my mixtape. Because apparently the only place where you can bully people and talk crazy and pop shit is in the studio. But anywhere else is off limits, you know. So I'm gonna go get on my mixtape shit and make sure I channel all my energy into my raps and put that out and let that be artistic expression. But I love you guys so much. I hope that y'all can see the bigger picture and that you understand what new media is. I hope that you understand that the things that we do and the work that we put in is valuable. And yeah, solid bitches, they ain't built, they born. You understand? So I'm happy that I stood up for something that I believed in, followed it all the way through, and I don't need validation from anybody else about those things. So I love you guys, and I'm so appreciative of you guys. Somebody said, I heard you lost your lawsuit. I heard you should go stream. I heard you blocked too. Listen, all I'm ever gonna do is block y'all. I don't get on the internet and cry about what y'all say. So thank you for the engagement. And so shout out to new media. Like I said, thank you to everybody that has supported me. And hold on, let me block you too, baby. Hold on. See, you see all these fans of mine? You see how they gonna run over here to come see me? As always, we love you back. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I can't wait for us to get back to it, because we ain't even did a show in a while. So I'm excited about that. And child, one chapter closes, another one opens. Don't let certain things be the end of your world. You know what I'm saying? Handle your shit, hold your head up, chin up, buttercup, and keep it moving. That's all you can do, right? Yeah. So I appreciate you. I love you. And that's it. So thank you so much. I just want to say that to you guys. I need to go thank Station Head real quick. And yeah, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Okay? I'm going to call y'all back. Okay? But I love you so much. And thank you so much. Okay? Bye, you guys.
So Meg won in the courtroom technically. Still got to see the situation with the legal fees because it is a net negative if she doesn't get the legal fees. $59K. I'm pretty sure she paid way more than that for this lawsuit. But she did post on Instagram with all her outfits and a money sign and a judge emoji on her Instagram. All right, man, she's getting a lot of support in the comment section. Taraji P. Henson in there, Angel Reese, Hit Kid, Kendra G, Clarissa Shields, Megan Cunniff is in there, and so on and so forth with people showing her love. But Milagro's getting her love as well. You know, even the Breakfast Club gave her a shout out right here saying how she's pretty and shit.
That young lady's pretty too, by the way.
Milagro?
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah, she is.
She is.
Speaking of just pretty,
She could be doing a lot more.
I was about to say, I feel like both of them did the way that they both look so good showing up to court. And I know that probably doesn't matter in this, but but Meg Thee Stallion and her looked amazing coming into court every single day.
Milagro says thank you so much to the Breakfast Club for their kind words. And I've been saying the same thing about Milagro. Here go my personality. I've been saying the same thing about Milagro, man, saying, yo, if she stops to stand shit and looks bigger, she has a very entertaining personality in my opinion. I think she could talk her shit. She has a way with words and things. Don't limit yourself to these team shit. Be team Milagro. I think you limited yourself when it came to that, you know? It is fun. I understand the stand culture is fun to talk shit and be, you know, rally the troops and stuff, but I think she'll be successful. That money is not a big hole to dig up out of, especially if the people that's been showing support fundraise for her once she get back going, you know? But this situation isn't gonna end Milagro. And Meg, I don't know if this is a W for Meg, and maybe in some way, I don't know. In the courtroom, technically she won, but culturally, the people who already hate you, they still gonna hate you no matter what. People have made their minds up about that case, the Tory Lane case. No, you can't convince anyone anything different at this point. It is what it is. Now she's just trying to go ahead and get back, spin the block on some folks, and Milagro was the person that was the easiest target, and I think Milagro made herself the easiest target with that deepfake video. Why did she do that? I don't know. Milagro, come on now. Everything was cool, everything was fair game until that point. Some shit just ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it, bruh. But Armand Wiggins and Milagro talked after the verdict, and maybe this is somewhat a silver lining for Meg, because she says that she's not going to talk about Meg anymore, and that's what Megan wanted. She did not want to be discussed anymore about Milagro. But is it going to help her, really? Hear Milagro speak on that.
Okay. Can you not talk about her anymore? Were there any rules like that? Or is there like a gag order? Are you talking about her?
No, the gag order that was present during the case is over with now because the case has ended. There are no stipulations on that, you know? So if I want to move forward and discuss whatever, I can. Now, what I will tell you is I'm choosing not to, you know? Megan has branded herself as Regina George, which is supposed to be the ultimate bully. I'm really confused as to how she can get on raps and talk crazy and do this and do that and then turn around and do something like this. But at the end of the day, she feels like, you know, she's been hurt by different things. So I'm going to move forward without her as content. You know, life goes on. I've been under a gag order and have still had a show without commenting on her. That's not hard. I had a show before she was popular. I have a show moving forward. So it is going to be my choice to let her exist without me giving commentary on her. That's what I'm choosing to do. But there is no order that says I cannot speak about her or talk about this case or anything. No.
All right. So did Meg ultimately get what she want? But that's Milagro on her own making that decision, you know, which I think is a wise one at this point in time. Just move on from the situation. It ain't worth it. She has been on the media run. She sat down with Local 4 down here in Miami, CBS 4. Let's see what they had to say.
Did you know it was an AI fake video?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And why did you spread it?
I think that's a tricky question because I think there are misconceptions about what actually happened. I did say go to my likes, and I did speak about it.
Did you not know this could harm her?
Did I personally think that this would cause her to feel those ways? Absolutely not.
Milagro, you crazy as hell. I mean, you gotta say what you gotta say. But you know that wasn't Megan Thee Stallion, man. You know that shit wasn't her, dog. Let me say, I'm speculating right now, just to let y'all know. I think Milagro knew that wasn't her. That's the stan culture shit. That's the stan culture shit that you purposely become disingenuous just because you have a narrative that you want to stick to. Like, come on, Milagro. You know that. All right, man. You got it, though. You got it, you know, you got it. This shit crazy now. I've seen y'all in my comment section. I see y'all last talking crazy about Akademiks, saying act next. Well, Akademiks has been having a ball because he thinks Megan Thee Stallion ultimately took a L because she paid the most money for the situation. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Megan Thee Stallion ain't the first person that sued somebody and hasn't got a profit from suing someone. She's wanted to shut them up or make their life a living hell. But I do know she wished that she would have got much more money just to hurt Milagro. This wasn't a lawsuit to actually get money from her. It was to make her life a living hell. Was she successful in that? I don't know. At this point in time, she may be rising in her notoriety, and if done in the proper manner, she could go ahead and catapult off the situation and easily make that money back to pay off whatever she got to pay off. We don't know about the lawyer fees though. That still will be, decided on at a later date. But Akademiks speaks on the situation, and he chose about once to file his own lawsuit. Let's tap in.
What me up? Lost me deals. I didn't speak to people for weeks. Was Meg Thee Stallion using, and by the way, here's the thing, because I was going off precedence. Meg Thee Stallion claims that Milagro, who has 40,000 followers, made her pay $500,000 for therapy. 40,000 followers? The chick who did this got 40,000 followers. What do you think I felt like when someone with 32 million followers said that I should take my fat ass on? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Think about it. That shit caused me severe mental trauma. I've thought about it. Yo, these days they're calling me Ozempidemics. Chat. Meg Thee Stallion triggers me every time. You know when she said she saw the Tory Lanez video with the horse foot being chopped up and it re-traumatized her? How do you think I felt when I seen Meg Thee Stallion cooking a struggle meal for that bench player Klay Thompson? I can't even look at food the same no more, chat. Chat. I told you I have this lawsuit waiting. Because bullying is not only one way. And that's what Meg would like for you to think. That she's innocent and she's never said things to offend others.
I hope I never get to the point of hating as much in this damn industry, dog. So he has some more to say about Meg.
Somebody says Akademiks is not about the settlement, it's about making a point. Even you says you rather pay a lawyer $300K than to prove a point.
I was gonna say that earlier, because he has said that plenty times himself when I made a point as far as people suing folks and not even caring about the money you make back.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna indulge you with that. I got time today. Okay. Let me just tell y'all the painful truth about this. It's not about the settlement, it's to prove a point. Okay. What is the point that you think someone like me got from that? I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was in Milagro's position, that 75K or what they put it, the 59K, nigga, I would have made $1 million off of the trial. So it's like, sure, let's do it. What if that doesn't? You sued the least on the totem pole of creators who have criticized you. If you're saying it's about to prove a point, I guess maybe it's to prove a point to smaller creators. What do you think that does to me? I give no. You think that you think that?
Nah, I don't look at it like that, bro. They just had a fight. Literally, two people just fought in the courtroom. They can't technically meet up to squabble. I'ma catch you for all the shit you was talking. Cause you specifically was talking a lot of shit. Position yourself as being close to Tory, then also position yourself as being someone that's a leader of the Barbs. And then you did the deepfake shit, making yourself vulnerable for a lawsuit. I'ma square up with you and catch the fade. They just fought, bro. That's it. It's just simple as that. They just had a fight. They had some beef. In the courtroom, it went down. That's how that shit was. That's how I see it. All this other things, bro. No person is gonna like Meg more or less past the situation. Her friends are gonna nitpick things as a W. Her haters are gonna nitpick things as an L. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as far as everything. No matter what, everything else is gonna proceed as normal. But that was just a fade in the courtroom between two people who have grew a distaste for each other. And that's what y'all be doing. I understand it's content though. I get it's content, but sometimes like, bro, just watching this shit, like y'all be doing a lot.
That shit like, oh, Akademiks is shaking? No, nigga. Wait, even the jury agrees that you don't deserve, you wanted 30 million, you got 59,000? Wait, that's supposed to deter me? You know how you deter somebody? You sue the biggest and get $300 million owed to you, and nobody else will do shit. You know what that says? Shit, first of all, I don't know Milagro's finances, but Milagro, baby girl, I hope you made more than 59,000 on. Yo, when that case was going on, I had 80,000 people watching me when the verdict came down. We was busting. We were busting that shit down like a kilo of coke. So, and Milagro was doing content as well. With all due respect, that 59,000, again, I look at that whole case, and the only takeaway for me is we're media. That 59,000, and by the way, here's the thing too. We're gonna get to remember the deep fake shit I can't defend.
And that's the main point. That's the main thing that got caught up in anything right there. You would never do that. You would never do that. Because you're smarter than that. Oh yeah, you're more seasoned. I wouldn't say you're smarter to disrespect Milagro in that way, but you're more seasoned in this field to make that mistake. Joe Budden's more seasoned in this field than to make that mistake. Aiden Ross is in media, so he wouldn't be in that position in the first place to share something. I don't think he would or whatever. But nevertheless, certain people's names that was named, they didn't make that mistake. That's why they weren't sued. So this angle that you guys keep saying as far as why she only picked on her. She's waiting on y'all to make a mistake. Y'all just not making a mistake. The first mistake y'all make, you're going to get sued. It's as simple as that, bro. It's like everybody laughing about you getting picked on, but that one that you don't like, you've been waiting for them to say some shit, or I know your ass ain't laughing. I know your ass ain't laughing at me getting roasted. You fight off on their ass, you still off on their ass. That's what happened. Or you was getting jumped by a bunch of people. You find one walking home by themselves that was jumping you, and you beat their ass. That's what happened, bro. Y'all stay protected. You keep yourself protected. Milagro didn't protect herself. She made a mistake. That's what happened. If y'all make a mistake, you're going to get sued too. Will you have lawyers to help you fight? I'm sure you will, but that's the reason. Like, y'all keep straw manning this shit, dog. Come on, bro. Be honest.
She wasn't held liable for defamation. There's no point here. I know some people love Meg. There's no point here. There's nobody in the media that is backing up Milagro for posting or alluding to a fake video of Meg getting. Not one. None of us is standing behind it. What we're all standing behind is that if we think Meg's a liar, we could say she's a liar. Not only could you say she's a liar, but if you want to not like her music, if you want to talk about her distastefully, like people talk about me consistently, and I don't sue, that is also fair. You're a public figure. Toughen up, Cookie. That's the point. That's what we cared about. So now, yes, she did lose the defamation, but you're skipping past, and I'm addressing your donation, but you're skipping past the crux of what everybody cares about, right? Because had Meg held Milagro liable for defamatory conduct, even though they narrowed it down to one thing, which is like perjury. It's the same thing, by the way. It's like Donald Trump got like $10 million, I believe. It was ABC's, one of these news channels. It is because they quoted one of his some allegation wrong, and they called him out. Look, but it's some really narrow thing. Look, Donald Trump wins $10 million from, was it ABC or something like that? Yeah, he got a settlement. You know why he got a settlement? So George Stephanopoulos, right, was a co-host, and here's the thing: Donald Trump has legal cases about sexual assault. Okay, he's not criminally charged for sexual assault, but he has civil cases. Now, when he was running for president, while bringing up his case, these when they trying to like shit, they do it with me. When they trying to like bring you down, they just start mentioning some random shit, but they'll mention it wrong to kind of trigger other shit in people's minds. Like, for example, like people said about me, don't you got cases? If somebody says, I have no criminal cases. I have no criminal cases. You get what I'm saying? But that's, if someone said that and they were a big platform, like say, I don't know, CNN put me in and says, Ak has a criminal case for blah, blah, I could sue them and I would win the same. But that's a very narrow thing. And that's why I'm trying to show you that with Meg trying to get Milagro, even they realize that you can't outlaw somebody not liking you. Shorty, we don't like you. We don't like you. Out of here. We don't like you. It ain't Tory. We don't like you. Period.
All right, that's his opinion. Why I do think it's important for us to have our opinion. My point remains, everything was cool. Everything was copacetic until Milagro did the deep fake shit, and then that put her in a very vulnerable situation. Had she not done that, everything is business per usual. Her team, I'm pretty sure, would tell her to not even pursue anything outside of that situation because, yes, we all are just people that have opinions with platforms. And all this shit happened post Tasha K, Cardi B. So I've said that to say that Milagro was very candid with her opinion after the Cardi B judgment. So no, this would not have been a situation that stopped us from voicing our opinions. People would have continued to voice their opinion. It's a point when someone lies about a fact is when defamation comes into play. Now, people can dislike you. They can dislike you. And when you have a platform and you dislike someone, it puts a target on your back. Everybody know that shit. If you in this game and you have content that you are slandering folks with strong opinion it takes, them people are not going to like you and they're going to find a way to get at you. Some people will run up on you if they see you in the streets. Other people find other means to catch you slipping when it comes to legal matters. This is one of them situations. That's why I say once again, this was a one-on-one fight. She caught her slipping, met her in the courtroom for a fade. And other people that she doesn't like, they're going to try to see if she can catch them for fades. Now, there's other platforms that have called Megan Thee Stallion out. Probably nowhere near as big as Akademiks, Joe Budden, Aiden Ross probably makes more money than Milagro, but you know what happened? They said that she lied and they moved on to other content. It wasn't a constant thing that she just... I attached Milagro to the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case. That's how I found out about Milagro. And then from that point, it continued. I'll see her talk about other things, but from that point, it continued. I realized she was a Nicki Minaj super fan. I realized, you know, that was her field. But there were other people that were covering the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez shit that were calling Meg a liar, felt like Tory was innocent. A lot of people. It was Milagro's consistency that made her a target as well, and also the closeness to the family that gave some type of credibility to Megan's claims when it all got into the face of the jury. It's just those things right there. It bred beef. It bred beef, bro. That's what it came down to, bro. But at this point in time, we talking in circles, man. Y'all gotta let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. I'm going to get about it here, though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.